which year was film?
Now, myself, I never knew about film. But one day, I went to a place where my sister was working. I used to be an auctioneer, by the way. Random. Exactly. I visited one place where my sister used to work. I never used to know really exactly what my sister used to do, but I visited her at a place called Kahura. And I saw she was editing and had very big machines that were, yeah, that was a Betacam editing suite where they were dialing, and then like things like that. Big tapes, Betacam. So the edit used to be big. So I got interested. I wondered, hey, I want this thing. So because I was still young, so I saw my life now went into that direction. So I entered into Mohammed Amin Foundation. I got trained. And now from there, my teacher, who was one of my lecturers, his name is Drew Mongai. He's a very good friend of mine, and he trained me very well. He's still in the industry. He's a very big DOP. Yes. He's even trained in New York, and he's got his title. Anyway, I won't mention too much about him. So he connected me with a company called Blue Sky. So now that's when I saw film being filmed. Those days there were just very few production companies, and very few production companies that would do what Blue Sky was doing for the company I was working for now. I worked there for 2 years. That is where I would say from school, that is where I worked. And we used to hire filming equipment, 35 millimeter film. I don't even think many people have ever seen a film camera. They just call this FS5, FS7, what they call them a film camera, but in the real sense, that's just a camera running on card. But film is where you even have a loader who comes purposely to load film into the magazine so it can be able to be put on the camera. It's like a card loader, a person who loads. I don't even know whether you're understanding anyway. Let me just move on.
I've seen the same things for Russian companies.
Yes.
A lot of them still do film.
Oh yes.
And they still work on just
yes.
New technology, but it's still the same. So yeah.
So now let me tell you something that you don't see nowadays, even when people are doing big productions. You'd find a very not a very big production, a very fair production, and you'd find 5 trucks parked on the alley like this. We are shooting somewhere in a house like that. Probably we are doing a few scenes of maybe it's a commercial we are shooting, or a TVC or a TV series that we are shooting, Heartbeat FM probably. And you'd find a unit truck there. You'd find a generator, 2 generators, 1 for backup there. You'd find a lighting truck there. Depending on the size of the production, could be 2 trucks. So you'd find 5 to 6 trucks. And then the big cables are running into the house with big lights that people used to stand on to wheel it up. Kinajaki. So that's when you know there's a production. And let me tell you, people never used to go hungry because there's tea and snacks running on that set. And there are like 100 people. There's tea and mandazis or samosas running there full time. So I used to be a camera assist or a VT person, VTR. So VTR is that guy who on the film camera, because you know it's film, so the director needs to be able to direct, so needs to see the shot. So you see the way we normally have a monitor, that director's monitor. So I'm the one who used to run the monitor's the director's monitor now, and then also the client's monitor. I used to try and put the client far away from the director because they used to clash all the time. And mind you, I was not even permitted, but because you could find that on the shoot, there's a first camera assistant and second camera assistant. And only first camera assistant can touch the camera. So even if I've done my setup, remember we are getting, it was those days, so there's no this wireless thing that people had to do Wi-Fi here at Wi-Fi, and I'm seeing my shot from the camera and the camera is over there. No, you have got to run the cable, and you run the BNC cable and then you plug it into the film camera. But I have done my setup and I'm not permitted to patch that BNC cable to the film camera. I have to wait for my first assistant cameraman to come and do that. Because if I touch, I have completely disrespected them. Yes.
So everyone on his lane.
And I'm telling you, it's just that nowadays people don't even stick on their lane. You have got to, you are like a jeshi. You have got to stick on your lane. This is lighting you're doing. You don't go there and start doing what with camera equipment. No, even if camera gear would be left here, you can't touch it. Ati wacha nikulete, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Kila mtu kaa kwa lane yako. And I'm telling you, I think that time that discipline was really much. It was much better.